So let me explain what happened. I pretty much almost died for my recent bushwalk hike. So one day I decided to go for a bit of a bushwalk. I was actually kind of bored. I wasn't doing anything motivated. I just want to go out and take some photos. And I don't know, I wasn't actually doing anything productive. You know, I was scrolling on Instagram, watching other people's life and all that. So I was like, screw it. I decided to go for a bushwalk, but I didn't want to go to like a bushwalk hike that I have done before. I want to go to this waterfall that I haven't been to. So I decided to go to that waterfall, but before I went there, I DM'd like a friend of mine who has done that bush. You know, I was like, oh, how do you get to this waterfall? I thought, oh, you go this way. So I did that, and then when I joined the bushwalk hike, I was actually making a YouTube video actually. Like I was making like a YouTube video on like life advice I would give to my younger self. That's pretty alright. Like I still have the footage, like I was actually, you know, like recording, documenting my thoughts and that. And then once I got to the part where of the bushwalk where I started going off track to the waterfall, you know, I decided, you know, turn my camera off and started to focus on the bushwalk hike. And then I was just unlucky in this point. This is the point where I got fucked. So what happened is I basically moved a tree branch and then a rock and fell and trapped my left leg. And I realized I was stuck and I couldn't move, I couldn't get out, you know, I was stuck and I was in the middle of nowhere. And then my phone was on the ground and I had to like reach down and grab my phone. And luckily I had reception, you know, like I was actually extremely lucky. Like if I didn't have reception, I would have been gone. So I called the rescue team. It took them about 2 hours for them to find them. Like I'm pretty sure like the helicopter was actually searching for me. The helicopter people couldn't actually find me. Like they knew whereabouts I was, but they couldn't, like the people who got docked from the helicopter couldn't find me. So in the end, the people who ended up finding were the rescue team who actually start the bushwalk from the start of the trail. And then I think it was like 6 of them. And then like what the first thing they did, they put myself into a harness to reduce the weight of the left leg. And then later on I have to wait for another 3 hours because I got to get the tools to cut the rock. My leg was pretty much stuck underneath a rock for 5 hours, 6 hours straight at that point. And I still remember I was in pain, I was actually struggling. And then what happened is they cut the rock and all that. I don't remember how they got me out of the rock. I think they cut a bit of it and then they lifted up and then pushed me, slide me out. But I couldn't really remember in that moment because I think the doctor gave me some sort of drug that made me a bit more sleepy. So like I couldn't vaguely, I was like sort of dreaming in that moment. So, and then what happened is I waited for the helicopter ride and then the helicopter came and picked me up from the basket and then they took me to a hospital. Luckily, when I got to the hospital, they said there was no broken bones and all of that. It was just muscle tear and just nerves just been stung. So I was basically in hospital for a week and, you know, like I did 3 operations on my leg. I think the first operation, they pretty much cut my leg open to uncompress the pain from my leg since it's been crushed it.
Yo, I just got an operation on my leg and apparently I got an operation because I needed release the tissue out of my leg so that like get the blood pressure flowing. And yeah, I just got out of the operation and yeah, I had a bit of a nap since it put me to sleep. And yeah, hopefully legs are feeling a bit better in the meantime, so yeah.
And then I think I went for a second operation, which is they pretty much stitch up one part of my left leg. And then I went for like a third operation to stitch it up. And yeah, I was hospital a week and now I'm out, but now I'm still in crutches, you know. What I learned from this near-death experience is don't go on bushwalks by yourself. Well, obviously, especially doing off track. If you have like some sort of like ambitious goal or dream you want to go after, I reckon you should pursue it, because what I learned is that you only live once, and you know, like, might as well go after like the life you want and the desires you always want. Like, you know, there's no point waiting for the perfect time for things to happen. Just start pursuing it, you know. Like, stop waiting for like the perfect moment or the perfect time. There's no such thing as the perfect time to start pursuing your dreams. Just start now and, you know, moving forward in your own life and start progressing the life you always want. Because I remember when I was running for the helicopter ride, I was actually crying in that moment. Like, I was crying, I was like, oh shit, like what if this is it? Like, you know, I was crying like, you know, not like having the life I truly want, like, such as being a travel photographer or having like the financial freedom life I want. I was actually crying and getting all emotional and all of that. And also, I was having a bit of gratitude, you know, like I was being grateful for like the people I have, such as the friends, family, the people I've met throughout my life who inspire me to become the character I am today. When people's like, oh, I don't feel motivated and all of that, it's that I feel like the best way to get motivation is when something dramatically has happened to your life. Because I'm going to use that as motivation to achieve the life I truly want. You know, like I'm not gonna like, 'cause a lot of people's like, oh yeah, how do I get motivated? Why not motivation? You know, like I think the reason why you're not motivated because you're too much in your comfort zone. When you're in your comfort zone, right, you're not gonna achieve anything. You gotta get out your comfort zone. Like for me personally, I almost died from an incident. You know, and that gave me, I'm gonna use that as motivation to achieve the life I want, because since I almost died, I was like, fuck, what if this is it? Like, what if like I could never have like a second opportunity in life? Because I'm so grateful for the things that I have a second chance to go after what I want. Because a lot of people don't really, you know, see opportunities. A lot of people just wait for opportunities to come to them instead of actually like going out there and actually like, and go looking for the opportunities. But if you want to achieve the life, you got to go out there and interact with the world. That's how you actually get what you want. So yeah, so that's what I learned from. And also another side note is I would just like to say thank you for all the support I was getting from my friends, family, from even like the people on Instagram supporting my work, supporting me, like my recovery. I really appreciate that, because I don't normally post like personal stuff on social media. Like I don't really like to, but yeah, I really appreciate the support, and I'd just like to say thank you to the rescue team and the people who helped me in the recovery, like the hospital team. I'd just like to say thank you to them, thank you to the nurses. You know, I'd just like to say thank you to those people. Also, I really appreciate the support you guys were giving me. I really, I appreciate the friends and family who actually came to the hospital and say hi to me if I'm alright. Like, I really appreciate you guys, like the ones who actually come over and say if I'm doing fine. Even the people who message me, I really do appreciate it. Like, I think sometimes, you know, you should be grateful for the things you have. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you. I really appreciate the support I've been getting. You know, like this is actually, you know, especially if it was like a near-death experience. I should be grateful that I'm still alive today, because it could things could have went possibly wrong if I didn't have phone reception. So I'll just say thank you. So see ya. Bye.